Let's say China.
China.
There are next door neighbors, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
You go over to China.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Trump statement, tweeting out insults to Angela Merkel. What's he doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host.
Yes, hello. It is me, James Andrews, and you are listening to So This Happened. And I promise, unlike our president, I will not reveal any classified information in today's episode. It is Tuesday, worst day of the week, the 16th of May 2017, and of course the news today is all about Donald Trump, who apparently released some classified information to the Russians when he met them last week in the Oval Office. It's drawn some criticism from the left and from the right, and it's been a really fun thing to watch. And this morning, in a tweet, Donald Trump said that he had an absolute right to share this information with the Russians. It's got the White House doing the scramble dance. General McMaster yesterday said, oh no, he didn't say anything at all. No, it's a false story. The Washington Post, the guys that broke the story, no, it was a fake, that's fake news. Today, General McMaster is saying, okay, yeah, but he didn't do anything that I would consider wrong, classified information or not. Well, it's not classified information now, so I suppose fair game. And my friends in the conservative press were tying themselves in knots today trying to defend this latest act. And unable to really do that, all they did was focus on, yes, but who leaked this information? That's what's really important. You know, who cares the president shared classified information? What's really important is who released this information to the press. Those people are the enemy. And I think my favorite excuse came from conservative radio talk show host Mike Gallagher. And he tried to defend Trump by saying this: it was a rookie mistake. Yeah, honestly, he said, the president just made a rookie mistake. Yes, sharing classified information with the Russians or pretty much any other foreign nation is just a rookie mistake, and you know what? He'll do better next time. So essentially, what we're being led to believe is one of two things. A, either Donald Trump deliberately shared classified information with the Russians and that makes him fucking terrible, or B, he didn't realize that he was sharing classified information and that just makes him a fucking idiot. Either way, it doesn't look great for the White House. And I just briefly want to turn our attention to a man so spineless he basically resembles a jellyfish. Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan today was fairly quick to defend the president, but Paul, your words may come back to haunt you, because last summer, referring to Hillary Clinton, Paul Ryan said individuals who are extremely careless with classified information should be denied further access to such information. And Paul Ryan is not the only Republican sort of coming to Donald Trump's defense saying, yeah, but it's fine. However, if you remember, Hillary Clinton put some emails on a server that were classified. A really stupid move, okay? Nobody's going to deny that. It was a stupid fucking move, and it probably cost Hillary Clinton the election. But now, those same Republicans who were calling for her head on a plate because she put classified emails on a server are now defending a president of the United States of America who shared classified information with a foreign government. Republicans, grow some fucking balls. And that's sexist, so grow a fucking spine. That's gender. Everyone can grow a spine. Perfect. And before we move on, I now just want to do a plea to all Republican congressmen and senators out there. Ladies and gentlemen, last summer, when you saw Hillary Clinton fuck up and put classified information on a private email server, you called for her blood. You called her a traitor, a careless woman. I implore you, do the same for your president. He has shared classified information to a foreign government. Stand up. Demand answers. Be the men and women that the people wanted when they voted for you. Thank you. And now for something completely different. Let's look at the Trump administration and science. Now, we know that there was a march in Washington and other cities around the country, the March for Science, attended by thousands and thousands and thousands of people marching on the Capitol and other cities to say, look, science is really important and your agenda seems to but not much of an emphasis on science. So the Trump administration is coming out right now, firing on all cylinders, saying, no, we are all about science, and here is why. And the thing that they've decided to champion is GMO foods, genetically modified foods. And the company they've decided to get in bed with on this is Monsanto. Now, you've probably heard that name before, Monsanto. They are a multinational agrochemical and agricultural biotechnology company based in St. Louis in the US. They are the leading producer of genetically engineered seed and also Roundup, that thing that kills the weeds in your garden. And the Trump administration is claiming that Monsanto are the new saviors of the third world, or the developing world as they're called now. They are arguing that with this genetically modified seed, we can give seed and people in Africa and other impoverished countries can grow crops without using as much water. They're more drought resistant. It's going to be a wonderful thing. They neglect to mention that Monsanto also invented insecticides which now are sort of illegal, Agent Orange, and also the bovine growth hormone. So all these wonderful things that Monsanto have invented, now they're in the seed business. And on the surface, when they say it's great, we're going to be able to give this seed to all these impoverished countries, well, here's where it's not great. Monsanto owns the seed, and the seed, unlike a regular crop, will not produce seeds that will then go into the field and re-sow themselves and grow more vegetables. These have been modified to the point where they are single use only. The crop will grow, but it will produce no seed. They're sterile. That's what they're, sterile plants. That's really sad. No little baby plants for you. And for more than a decade, Monsanto have been buying up thousands of seed companies, software companies that look at how to plant. And essentially what they are doing is they are now becoming the sole provider of this seed that they are creating. So to say, yeah, we're going to give it to third world countries, they're going to be able to grow crops, it's going to be beautiful. Well, they're only going to be able to do that if they purchase their seed from Monsanto, because Monsanto are going to be the only people that make it. And remember what we said, this isn't going to reseed. This is single use only crop. And if you can't see why that is bad for people in a third world country, then you need to get on the computer and look at why that would be bad. Or just think and you go, oh yeah, that's why that's bad. And you want further proof that Monsanto is not in this to benefit all humanity? Let's look at how much money they spend lobbying the US government. $8.8 million in 2008. $6.3 million in 2011. And just in case you think they're not that bad, well, they've spent roughly $18 million backing and lobbying for anti-labeling campaigns to say that they do not have to put GMO on their packaging. Why would that be if it's absolutely safe? And speaking of being safe, if you listen to Monsanto scientists, yeah, GMO products perfectly safe. If you listen to some other scientists, not so much. Now, in a field trial on GMO foods, which was, yep, you guessed it, partly conducted by Monsanto scientists, they said the science is quite clear. Crop improvement by the modern molecular techniques of biotechnology is safe. However, the American Academy of Environmental Medicine urges doctors to prescribe non-GMO diets to all their patients. Now, they are citing animal studies which show organ damage, immune system disorders, accelerated aging, and infertility in animals that were fed GMO products. And you want another reason why GMO products are not great? They contaminate forever. GMOs can cross-pollinate with other crops. Now, when the gene pool is contaminated, it is impossible to clean up, and they will stay in that modified state forever. Oh, you're still not convinced? Okay, no problem. GMOs increase herbicide use. Well, what does that mean? Well, most of these genetically modified crops have been designed to withstand extreme herbicide use. For example, Monsanto, who you'll remember from just a few minutes ago, own Roundup, the weed killer. So the crops that they produce are tolerant to Roundup. So farmers can go out, spray their entire field with as much Roundup as they want, and it will not damage the crops at all. So why is that bad? Well, first, it's terrible for the environment, but secondly, these GMO foods have a much higher level of toxic herbicide in them because they have been continually sprayed with the Roundup that Monsanto makes to protect the seeds that they also make. And then there is Monsanto telling us, don't worry, these are safe. Well, remember, Monsanto also told us that Agent Orange is safe, PCBs are safe, and DDT is also safe. These are all things that they manufactured in the past, and now it turns out they were fucking deadly. And finally, to the Trump administration's argument that GMOs are good for farmers in developing countries. Well, they're not. GMOs do not increase yields of crops, whereas a sustainable non-GMO agricultural method in these developing countries have conclusively resulted in yield increases of 79% or higher. Now, GMOs do not increase yields at all. In fact, some studies have found them to decrease crop yields year after year. In a report by the International Assessment of Agricultural Knowledge, Science and Technology for Development, over 400 scientists in 58 countries stated that GM crop yields were highly variable, and in some cases, yields declined. The report then went on to say that the technology is just not there, and the conclusion was that current GMOs have nothing to offer the goals of reducing hunger and poverty, improving nutrition, health and rural livelihoods, and facilitating social and environmental sustainability. But folks, this is who the Trump administration is backing, and as always, we can do something about this. Call your congressmen and call your senators. Stop this shit now. And we're out of time. Trump Vader apologizes. He couldn't be here today. He's in a little bit of hot water, as you may have noticed, so he's sort of keeping a low profile today. But he did say he'll probably be back tomorrow if situations improve. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. I will chat with you tomorrow. Now, you can always follow me on Twitter at SoThisHappened, and don't forget to like and subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you are listening. and I will chat with you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Goodbye.
I did not